State of New California, notice to all Californians, Chapter 2, Grievance number 31, November 24th, 2020. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Section 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. Statement of intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state, provided in the United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and Section 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence of January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive in its right of the people, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. State of New California, Grievance 31, Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. The people of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state government violates the following. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. United States Constitution, Article 6. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. First Amendment, United States Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. 14th Amendment, United States Constitution. Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Section 3. No person shall be a senator or representative of Congress or elector of president and vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. But Congress may, by a vote of 2/3 of each house, remove such disability. Order of the day. The Constitution knows no curfew. We, the people of the unified counties of New California, seek the removal of the California state governor. We are determined to stop the one-man rule of a pusillanimous, craven dictator whose words and actions are a grave danger to all U.S. citizens living in California. The dictator issues a curfew designed to deprive the people of their liberty and to assist in the insurrection against the United States of America and its citizens residing in California. As if all other grabs at power weren't enough to enrage the citizens of this state, now the dictator, Gavin Newsom, is demanding a curfew to stop the spread of the virus, or to flatten the curve, as we were first told was the justification for police state measures that the people would never consider tolerating under ordinary circumstances. This is just naked tyranny and dictatorship by a pusillanimous, controlling dictator who is becoming increasingly dangerous and desperate in his drive to control the people. The curfew is being demanded as a solution to a non-existent problem. The people are not out in mass spreading the virus in the middle of the night. Does he think we are stupid? Enacting a curfew to keep people off the streets from 10 o'clock at night until 5 o'clock in the morning is going to slow the spread of a virus? This does not stand up to reason. This curfew is an infringement of our First Amendment right, which guarantees us the right to freely assemble, and this comes on the back of the theft of another election in California. It is becoming very clear that the dictator has other reasons for the imposition of a curfew. Curfews have been used by dictators and tyrants to prevent revolution, to deprive the people of an ability to organize, to deprive the people of the ability to freely travel, and to deprive the people of conducting any activity at all that would threaten the dictatorship. Curfews have also traditionally been used by communist dictators to create conditions whereby they could arrest and disappear dissenters and other political enemies in the middle of the night and avoid the public eye. What does the nefarious dictator intend to use the curfew for? Since its effect in stopping the spread of this or any virus is barely worth considering, human contact occurs during the daytime, not in the middle of the night. We reject the explanation by the dictator for his demand that we be subject to this or any curfew. Curfews are generally Curfews are generally and historically associated with direct control of the population by the police or the military, the suspension of civil law, and normal civil functions. The imposition of curfews historically precedes the imposition of martial law. What liberty that has not been stolen from the people through fraudulent elections is now being stolen through expanded authoritarian overreach and dictatorial power. We, the people, have every expectation that this curfew will enable the free movement at night of the governor's terrorist allies, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, the cartels, and other foreign enemies on American soil to conduct warfare and terrorism against the populace and to assist in an insurrection. While the people are disallowed from celebrating holidays, attending normal church services, conducting funerals, and eating at restaurants, the terrorists are not hindered in the slightest by the governor from conducting their treasonous and hostile activities. The dictatorial and traitorous Governor Gavin Newsom has already demonstrated through his actions that he will not apply the same laws to these terrorists that he applies to we, the people. He is providing aid and comfort to the enemies of the United States of America. He is demonstrating his participation in an insurrection against the United States of America under the guise of fighting a virus that has a survival rate greater than 99%, and we, the people, are wise to his activities and his intentions. He is intent on remaining in power by force and in collaborating with foreign and domestic enemies in the process of depriving the citizens of rights they possess by law. This curfew is a component to an insurrection against the people and the normal operation of the rule of law. What is next? Persecution of political enemies, checkpoints, disarmament, rationing of vital supplies, mandatory electronic tagging of the people, mandatory vaccines, abductions in the middle of the night, internment camps. It is the responsibility of all Americans to denounce the behavior of such a craven dictator immediately and to take action. For New Californians, it is our God-given right, it is our duty to protect our Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, and our Bill of Rights with all means necessary from a craven dictator. New Californians will not comply. We request the President of the United States to act immediately to remedy these abuses by California State and declare a state of insurrection exists in California. Insurrection. The government of California, the current socialist governor, dictator, and monoparty system, along with the local officials, are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion. Acts of secession. The California government, in conjunction with the socialist state executive, instituted wherever the current socialist governor dictator has usurped power and actively engaged in acts of secession, and have created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California with the intent to secede from the United States of America, to thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist governor dictator of California, the monoparty legislature, and local elected officials is evidence of abdication of their responsibilities of authority and sovereignty over the citizens of the United States living in California state. Prayer. The citizens of New California state pray for the president to exercise his authority under the Insurrection Act of 1807 or the Emergency Economic Powers Act to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States citizens living in California state. This concludes these proceedings. NewCaliforniaState.com. Phone number 877-828-2755.